Well, if we don't get smart, water is going to be like the next, oil in our country, the next scarce commodity. I mean, we already have like water wars going on the West Coast. The farmers versus the ranchers, and now even where we live, you can only water your lawn certain days and all this kind of stuff. So it's very important. It's very important in our society. Underdeveloped countries even have a bigger issue with water, right? I mean, it's more important to their survival, how they get it, and things like this. Well, here's a guy who's solving all those kinds of problems, or a step towards solving all those problems, really, with just a $20 piece of plastic. That's right. And he's on the internet now, raising money for it on Kickstarter. And he's a delightful fellow. He's actually, you listen to him, his accent. He's in Australia, but he's really from England, so he has a little mix of both accents, if you could tell a difference. And it's hard for me to tell. It's just some of the words, I'm his mate. Everything is mate down there. But he's a delightful person, and he was really involved in nonprofit organizations, non-governmental organizations that help underdeveloped countries and things like this, so he knows this problem. But he's a camper. Okay, he likes going out in the woods, and one of his biggest problems is having water to take showers and wash hands and things like that. So it's almost like the same problems refugees have with water that campers have with water. And he made this little device that you stick on a 2-liter bottle of water. You can take like 3 showers with just a bottle of water hung up on a tree. That's how it works. It's just a great idea. And you know what? When you're out, with a bottle of water and playing soccer or something like that, and you're pouring water on a cut, and there's so much excess water you don't need. This little device, it makes it like a little sprinkler, and you can regulate it and everything. So wherever you're going with a bottle of water, you can have this and just wash your hands. You get like 30 hand washes or 20 or something godly name like that out of this. So it's a clever little device, and important. Besides practical for us and daily, developed countries use. Underdeveloped countries, men are going to kill for this kind of thing. So he's doing awful good work. So take a look how he thought of this and how he did it, and just out of his head working on it, and now he's getting money for it. Okay, well, Stuart Mason, man, I know you're from Australia. Actually, you're from the UK, living in Australia, and you're solving water problems and environmental issues and everything for the whole bloody world, aren't you? With just a simple little device that, what is it like? On Kickstarter now you can get it for under $20 or something like this for this thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, under $20.
Yeah,
I think that's US dollars. Yeah, we still got a few early bird ones left.
Right. And what it does is, with a 2-liter bottle, any kind of water bottle, you make an instant shower. Yeah, anywhere you are.
Instant, anywhere.
Anywhere you are. So if you're out playing football, as you call it, we call it soccer here, with the kids, and it's instead of pouring water on something, it really regulates a water flow into a shower or almost anything you want, and conserves water. It is, hygienic possibilities. And there's just so many things in that one little $20 thing. I just can't get over why you don't get a Nobel Peace Prize or something like this.
Thank you.
So what made you think of this thing?
I think where it started was when in Australia, the bottle, there was a bottle left in my car, and one day I kind of
water bottle,
yeah, water bottle. It was my plastic bottle was left in my car, and I kind of picked it up one day, and I was like, wow, the water in here is really hot, you see, and then I kind of pondered this and thought, this is free energy. This is just free energy. So how can I tried to wash my hands with that bottle because I'd just been eating something, and then I realised, wait, why don't we just try and make and then it started going, my mind started going, and I was like lying there at night, and then went boom, I could make a tap out of this, and that's kind of where the idea started. It was just from a kind of.
Do you have one there you could show on the video a little bit?
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah. I've got one which is this is how the
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, so you hang that up, bottled water. Now show the bottom more. Pull it up higher so we see the bottom. I see the nipple. It's not the nipple, but it's that's where the water comes out, right? And it sprays out. So you have that on the bottom. It's regulated, and the water pours out like in a in a
Like a
shower,
tap.
right? Yeah, like a tap.
Okay.
You
That's the
just
end of the bottle.
ruined
Big
all your
puddle.
work there, Other. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just wonderful. And the material you're making that out of is not just some junky plastic. I mean, this is stuff that they're using in operating rooms, right? That you can never hammer that thing out or anything, right?
That's right. Yeah, I've actually got some here. It's medical grade silicone.
Ah,
And it's made by the manufacturers in Melbourne, Australia,
uh-huh.
and this is approved for food grade, water
I
grade.
see.
It's antimicrobial, and it's got the molecular memory. You see, so the final product is actually going to be absolutely 100%
Wow.
safe, clean, effective, and the manufacturers we work with are basically specialists in making medical equipment that goes inside people in operations.
But
So
what's
we
amazing
really,
is because
yeah,
of how you regulated that flow, you could take as many as like 3 showers, like when you're out camping with a two
that's
liter
right.
bottle of water. I mean, that's fantastic. And what is it, 20 washes of hands?
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And my children just love it as well. When
Really?
we've been out, we've been testing it in the outback here in
Uh,
Australia, and they come running over and they're like, "Daddy, Daddy, I want to wash my hands first. No, I want to do it. Let me wash my hands, Daddy." And it's like, oh, this is amazing. You know
But
what I mean?
what I think it's great too, I'm thinking, down at the beach where you're walking around the sand and then you got to put your shoes on or something like that, and you just put this thing and you get all the sand off your surfboard or your feet or whatever you want, like in a real shower. Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
I
Just
mean,
hang it up anywhere.
yeah,
Hang it
anywhere,
anywhere.
just hang anywhere. Yeah.
Instant wash.
My son goes to Burning Man every year, which I went one year with him, and that was one of the issues were showers and running water. And so, man, if everybody has one of these, it's all solved.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
I'll bring some
market's
to Burning Man.
yeah. Get a concession. But also in the third world, it sounds like, in developing countries where water's more important instead of, I guess, I mean, I don't know. I've never lived there or traveled there much that, you have a well and there's a lot of wasted water going on where this really conserves water for what it should be used for.
We've actually shown it to some relief agencies, and they were very, very
Yeah.
interested in the way that it, conserved the water, because water is a very, very precious commodity,
Right.
especially in these places where it's hot and desert and stuff like that. And getting the maximum number of hand washes out of
Right.
a plastic bottle is
I
very
see.
important. And these bottles are everywhere. There's something like
Right.
90 million bottles
90
every
million
day.
bottles. So now
Every day.
you're gonna save our
Just
garbage problem too, right?
we want to turn them into showers and taps.
Right.
That's where we're at. You know.
Maybe we put beer in these things eventually or something.
That's been suggested
I
actually.
see. I could see that in Australia, right? Well, that's just wonderful. And your past includes a lot of work with NGOs around the world too. So you're sensitive to those kinds of issues, yeah. But it sounds like your heart's really in camping and stuff like that, where this is more
Well,
important too.
I've been passionate about sustainability
Uh-huh.
and doing good in the world.
Mhm.
I've always, whatever my work career or life has taken me, I've always wanted to do some good in the world. And it was a fusion of my work with NGOs and my work when I was running environmentally friendly events. It was a
Ah,
fusion of those two things, you see, that kind of led me
right.
to want to, take my hand to inventing and doing an invention that was something that was eco-friendly, something that was good for people and good for the planet.
So
Yeah,
now you're raising money on Kickstarter to get the money to go in production, right? You got somebody in Melbourne who has all this silicon stuff that the magic silicon will be made out of, and
that's it.
God, you're like 2/3 of the way there. You got 20 more days, but more importantly, people could get it now a hell of a lot cheaper than when this is on the market, right? I mean,
That's
so
right. Yeah, that'd be good. That support, obviously, that support is brilliant. You know, we want to get it out there to the wider world. You know.
right. So you could be the first, which is wonderful. You could be helping you get this out to the world and getting it cheap.
That's right. That's right. I think the
By
early
the
bird
way,
wins the still.
right. Well, wonderful, Stuart. And so we can find you at SPATAP, SPATAP.com, and that will take you right to Kickstarter, you know, to find out. And actually, people ought to see that video you have on Kickstarter because that's terrific. I mean, it is. It says it all, and you get a feeling of life in the outdoors and in Australia. It's almost like a travelogue. You know, wants me to get on a plane and come out there next winter.
Anytime you're welcome, mate. The door's always open. You know what I mean? The door's always open.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Stuart. It's spatap.com, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Take
All
care.
the best. Nice one.